right, in example 6, every student who applied for admission to a veterinary school has at least one pet. 30 have a cat, 28 have a dog, 26 have a fish. Okay, we're just being given lots of information. So before I go and read this whole thing out, all right, I kind of know what the categories are. I have a whole set of students who applied to veterinary school, and we have a category of students who have a cat. I'm going to call that set C. We have a category of students who have dogs, and I'll call that set D. And then we have this other category down here that have fish. Okay, so I have cat people, dog people, and fish people. Now some people may have more than one pet, so that's why I'm showing these circles as overlapping. And then we have the universal set, which is the set of all of the students who applied to veterinary school. Okay, so that's our universal set. All right, so let's start recording some of the information we're given as we read it. And I think that'll help us kind of sort it all out. Otherwise, it's a lot of words and it's kind of like, what? Where do I start? Okay, so we're first of all told that there are 30 students who have cats. So I'm just going to write 30 right on the line because I don't know how to divide it up yet. So I'm going to write it on the line because that represents the total number of cat people. But some of them might have dogs as well. Some of them might have fish as well. Some of them might have all three. So I'm just going to write it on the line. 28 people have a dog. So I'm going to write again on the line because some of those people might have other things. And then 26 people have fish. All right, so we have 26 fish people. Now, the stuff that's coming next is just the people who have more than one pet, right? So 13 students have a cat and a fish. So the cat and fish intersection is here, right? It also includes people who might have a dog. So we can't really split it out yet. So I'm just going to write the 13 on the line. Okay. 15 people have a fish and a dog. So fish and dog, that's this overlap between the circles, fish and dog. That's the set of people who have a fish and a dog. Okay, I know that there are 15 of those people, but I don't know how to split it out yet because some people might also have fish, or I might have a cat. And then finally, 11 students have both a cat and a dog. All right, so I'm going to write it again. I'm going to write it on the line because it doesn't say anything about some of those people may have fish. All right, so I'm just going to write it on the line. And then finally, 4 students have a cat, a fish, and a dog. Okay, so they have all 3 pets. So there's 4 people who own everything. Cat, fish, and dog. We don't know how many, but they've got all 3 types of pets. Okay, they're veterinary students, right? They like animals. Now, another piece of information which you may have overlooked is that every student who applied for admission to this veterinary school have at least one pet, which means that none of the people have zero of these types of pets, right? So there are no people who are outside those circles. So that's an important piece of information as well, even though it's kind of hidden in the text. All right, so let's see now. We can just kind of start in the center and work our way out. If there are 4 people who have all 3, 11 of those have cat and dog. So so everything in that intersection between cat and dog has to add up to 11, which means that there have to be 7 people who have cat and a dog, but no fish. All right. Again, we can look at the intersection of cat and fish. 13 people have a cat and fish, but 4 of those people already also have a dog. So there have to be 9 people who have cat and fish, but no dog. And then there are 15 people who have a dog and a fish, right? 4 of those people also have a cat. So that means that 11 people have a fish and a dog, but no cat. Okay, so what we're doing is just filling out these little, they're just filling out the spaces, which represent sort of these, I'm going to use a word that we're going to talk about tomorrow, but disjoint sets, you know, these. So, all right, well, let's keep working our way around. All right, 30 people have a cat. Now, some of those people are already represented because they have other animals. So if we add up how many we have accounted for already, we've got 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 9. So that's 20 people already accounted for. So there have to be 10 people who have only a cat. And then over here, there's 28 dog people, but some of them are already accounted for. 7 plus 4 plus 11 is 22. So there have to be 6 people that have a dog only and not any of the other pets. And then finally, we have 26 people who own a fish. And we already have about 24 people already accounted for, right? We have this 9 and the 4 and the 11. So that's 24 people already accounted for. So there have to be 2 people who have fish only and none of the other pets. All right, and so our question, what we were asked for, is how many students applied to veterinary school? All right. Now, so all we need to do now is just add up the numbers that we wrote in the spaces that we split out. We split everything out. And now all we have to do, I'm just going to highlight the numbers that we need to add. Not the numbers on the line, just the numbers that we wrote in the center, in the regions that represent the various categories. All right, so if we add up all those numbers, now again, my tip is to probably take the biggest one. Like the biggest category is the cat people, right? So I'm going to take the category of the cat people. I already know that adds up to 30. So if I take 30 and then I add the 6 and the 11 and the 2, so let's add in those. So I'm going to add 6 plus 11 plus 2. So that gives me 19 and 30. That's 49 people. Okay. Now I would normally also have to add the people who don't fall into any of the categories, but I was told that everyone who applied to veterinary school has at least one cat or dog or fish. So there's no one in the region outside those circles. So that's telling me, okay, there's 49 people that applied to veterinary school. So 49 people. All right. So I'll meet you for the next example. Take a look at it. It says you try it. So give it a try, and I'll record a video to go through it with you if you'd like to watch it.